Chapter 5 The First Song. Ugly Dan stands with 3 tin pots, their thumpers perched crackling in their hands. 2 of the men lean on the metal rails of the Webery gridders. Behind them, the women of Mu and Upsillion wrap silk from worms around the long silver poles. They shake their heads insistently at me, as if telling me not to be foolish. We've gone beyond the perimeter zones. This will mean a flogging. But if I resist, it will mean death. They will kill Io, and they will kill me. Darrow. Io murmurs. I set myself between Io and the tin pots. I don't fight. I won't let us die for a single glimpse at the stars. I put my hands out to let them know I will surrender. Hell divers, Ugly Dan chuckles to the others. The toughest ant is yet but an ant. He swings his thumper into my stomach. It's like being bitten by a pit viper and kicked by a boot. I fall gasping, hands on the metal gate. I fall gasping, hands on the metal gate. Electricity slithers through my veins. First thing in the morning. You gotta forgive me. I taste the bile rising in my throat. Take a swing, Helldiver. Dan coos. He drops one of the thumpers in front of me. Please, take a swing. Won't be any consequences. Just some fun between us boys. Take a pigging. Swing. Do it, Darrow, Io shouts. I'm not a fool. I thrust my hands up and surrender, and Dan sighs disappointed as he clacks the magnetic manacles around my wrists. What would Io have me do? She curses at them as they lock her arms together and drag us away through the Webery to the cells. This will mean the lash. But it will be just the lash because I did not pick up the thumper, because I did not listen to Io. It's 3 days in the cell. It's 3 days in a cell in the pot before I see Io again. Bridge, one of the old, kinder tin pots, takes us out together. He lets us touch. I wonder if she'll spit at me, curse me for impotence, but she only grips my fingers and brings her lips to mine. Darrow? Her lips brush my ear. The breath is warm. The lips cracked and trembling. She's frail as she hugs me. A little girl, all wire wrapped in pale skin. Her knees wobble. She shudders against me. The warmth I saw in her face as we watched the sun rise has fled and left her like the faded memory. But I hardly see anything but her eyes and her hair. I wrap my arms around her and hear the muttering of the crowded common. The faces of our kin and clan stare at us as we stand on the edge of the gallows, where they will flog us. I feel like a child under the stairs, under the yellowish lights. It's like a dream when Io tells me she loves me, her hand lingering on mine, but there's something strange to her eyes. They should only whip her, yet her words are final. Her eyes are sad but not afraid. I see her making a goodbye. A nightmare is coming to my heart. I can feel it, like a nail dragged along my bones of my spine, as she murmurs an epigram in my ear. break the chains, my love. And then I'm jerked away from her by my hair. Tears stream down her face. They are not for me, though. I do not yet understand why. I cannot think. The world is swimming. I'm drowning. Sorry. I am drowning. Oh, that's not a sentence. Okay. The world is swimming. I'm drowning. Rough hands shoved me to my knees and jerked me up. I never heard the common so quiet. The shuffling of my captor's feet echoes as they move around. The tin pots fit me into a Helldiver fry suit. Its acrid smell makes me think that I'm safe. I'm in control. I'm not. I'm dragged away from her into the very center of the common and tossed at the edge of the gallows. Metal stairs are rusted and stained. I grip them with my hands and look at the top of the gallows. 24 of the head talks each have a cord of leather. They wait for me atop the platform. Oh, the horror of such occasions as this, my friends. Magistrate Pogidus cries. His copper grav boots hum above me as he floats through the air. Oh, see how the ties that bind us are stretched when one decides to break the laws which protect us all. Even the youngest, even the best, are subject to law, to order. Without these, we would be animals. Without obedience, without discipline, there would be no colonies. And those few colonies there are would be torn asunder by disorder. Man would be confined to earth. Man would wallow forevermore on the planet until the end of days. By order, discipline, and law. These are the things which empower our race. Cursed is the creature who breaks... Oh, sorry, I can't see that. Cursed is the creature who breaks with these compacts. The speech is more eloquent than usual. Pogidus is trying to impress his intelligence upon someone. I look up from the stairs and see a sight I did not think I'd ever see with my own two eyes. It stings to look at him, to drink in the radiance of his hair, of his sigils. I see a gold. In this drab place, he is what I imagine angels would look like. Cloaked in a gold and black, wrapped in the sun, a lion roaring and parring. Fucking speak, Seth. A lion roaring upon his breast. His face is older, severe, pure with power. His hair shines, combed back against his head. Neither a smile nor a frown mark his thin lips. And the only line I see is that of a scar which runs along his right cheekbone. I've learned from the HC that such a scar is born only by the finest of the golds. The peerless scarred, they call them. Men and women of the ruling color who have graduated from the institute where they learn the secrets that will permit mankind to one day colonize all planets of the solar system. He does not speak to us. He speaks to another gold. one tall and thin. So thin, I thought a woman at first, without a scar. The man's face is coated with strange paste to bring out the color of his cheeks and cover the lines on his face. His lips shine, and his hair glistens in a way his master's does not. He is a grotesque thing to look upon. He thinks so of us. He sniffs the air, contemptuous. The older gold speaks to him softly, and not to us. Itchy nose. And why should he speak to us? We are not worthy of a gold's words. I scarcely want to look at him. I feel like I dirty his gold and black finery with my red eyes. Shame creeps upon me, and then I realize why. His is the face I know. It's the face of every man and woman of the colonies would know. Besides Octavia A. Loon, this is the most famous face on Mars. That of Nero A. Augustus, the arch-governor of Mars, has come to see me flogged, and he has brought a retinue, 2 crows, obsidians to be technic, float quietly above him. Their skull helmets suit their color. I was born to mine the earth. They were born to kill men. More than 2 feet taller than I, 8 fingers on each massive hand. They breed them for war, and watching them is like watching the cold-blooded pit vipers who infest our minds. Reptiles both. There are a dozen others in his I think that's that word at the top there. Retinue? I don't know. There are a dozen others in his retinue, including other slightly sorry, let me reread that. There are a dozen others in his retinue, including another, slighter gold, who seems oh my god. There are a dozen others in his retinue, including another, slighter gold, who seems his appearance. He's even more beautiful than the arch-governor, and appears to dislike the thin, womanish gold. There is an HC camera crew of greens, tiny creatures compared with the crows. Their hair is dark, not green like their eyes, and the sigils on their hands. Frenetic excitement shimmers in those eyes. It's not often they have a hell diver to make an example of. So they make a spectacle of me. I wonder how many of the mining colonies are watching. All of them, if the arch-governor is here. They make a show of stripping away the fry suit they only just dressed me in. I see myself on the HC display above. See my wedding band dangling from a cord around my neck. I look younger than I feel, thinner. They jerk me up the stairs and bend me over a metal box beside the noose where my father hung. I shiver as they lay me across the cold steel and tighten my hands in restraints. I smell the synth leather of the lashes. Hear one of the head talks cough. Forevermore, let justice be done. Hypogenes says. Then the lashes come, 48 in all. They aren't soft, not even my uncle's. Oh, sorry, let me reread that. They aren't soft, not even my uncle's. They can't be. The lashes bite and wail into my flesh, making a strange kneeing noise, or a keening noise, as they arch through the air. Music of terror. I can barely see the end of it. I pass out twice, and each time I wake, I wonder if you can see my spine on the HC. It's a show, all a show of their power. They let the tin pot, Ugly Dan, act sympathetic, as though he pities me. He whispers encouragement in my ear, loud enough for the cameras. And when the last lashing slashes my back, he steps in as if to stop another one from coming down. Subconsciously, I think he saves me. I'm thankful. I want to kiss him. He is a salvation, but I know I've had my 48. Then they are dragging me to the side. They leave my blood. I'm sure I screamed. I'm sure I shamed myself. I hear them bring out my wife. Even the young, even the beautiful, cannot escape justice. It is for all colors that we preserve order and justice. Without, we would find anarchy. Without obedience, chaos. Man would perish upon the irradiated sands of earth. He would drink from blasted seas. There must be unity forevermore. Let justice be done. Mine magistrate, Hypogenes' words ring hollow. No one is offended that I'm bloody and beaten, but when Io is dragged atop the gallows, there are cries. There are curses. Even now she is beautiful. Even drained of the light I saw her in 3 days ago. Even as she sees me and lets tears come down her face, she's an angel. All this for a little adventure? All this for a night under the stars with the man she loves. Yet she is calm. If there is fear, it is in me, because I feel a strangeness in the air. Her skin prickles as they lay her across the cold box. She flinches. I wish my blood had warmed it better for her. When they whip Io, I try not to watch. But it hurts more to abandon her. Her eyes find mine. They shine like rubies. Twitch every time a lash falls. Ouch. Soon this will be over, my love. Soon we will go back to life. Just the last lash, and we get something back. But can she even take so many lashes? End it, I say, to the tin pot beside me. End it. I beg of him. I'll do anything, I'll obey, I'll take her lashes, just end it, you bloody damn bastards, end it. The Arch-Governor looks down at me, but his face is golden and poreless, and without scar, without care. I'm nothing but the bloodiest of ants. My sacrifice will impress him. He'll feel compassion if I abase myself. If I throw myself into the fire for love, he'll feel pity. This is how the story goes. Your Excellency, give me her punishment, I plead. Please. beg because my wife's eyes, I see something that terrifies me. I see fight in her as they streak her back bloody. I see anger building inside her. There's no reason she's not afraid. No. I plead with her. No, you, please. Gag the wretched thing. He prickles the archgovernor's ears. Pogonus orders. Bridge forces a knot of stone into my mouth. I gag and cry. As the 13th lash falls, as I mumble for her not to do it, Yule stares into my eyes one last moment, and then she begins her song. It is quiet sound. It is a quiet sound, a mournful sound, like the song the deep mines whisper as the winds move in her abandoned shafts. It's a song of death and lament. The song is forbidden. A song I've only heard once before. For this, they will kill her. Her voice is soft and true, never as beautiful as she. It echoes across the common, rising up like a siren's unearthly call. The lashes pause, the head talks shiver. Even the tin pots sadly shake their heads when they place the words. Few men truly like seeing beauty burn. Her voice is soft and true, never as beautiful as she. It echoes across the common, rising up like a siren's unearthly call. The lashes pause, the head talks shiver. Even the tin pots sadly shake their heads as they place the words. Few men truly like seeing beauty burn. Pogonus glances embarrassedly over at Archgovernor Augustus, who descends on golden grav boots to watch more closely. His shining hair glistens against his noble brow. High cheekbones catch the light. Those golden eyes examine my wife as though a worm had suddenly sprouted butterfly wings. His scar curves as he speaks, with a voice dripping of power. Let her sing, he says to Pogonus, not bothering to hide his fascination. But my lord, no animal but man throws himself willingly into the flames. Copper, relish this sight. You'll not see it again. To his camera crew, continue recording. We will edit out the parts we find intolerable. How futile his words make her sacrifice seem. But never, come on. But never has Eos been more beautiful to me than at this moment. In her face, a cold power. She is fire. This is the girl who danced through the smoky Tav with a mane of red. This is the girl who wore me a wedding band of her own hair. This is the girl who chooses to die for a song of death. I'll send you a link for this. As her voice finally swells as the song runs out of words, I know I've lost her. She becomes something more important. And she was right. I do not understand. A quantit tune. But is that all you have? The Archgovernor asks her. Ask her when she is through. He looks at her, but he speaks loudly to the crowd, to those who will watch in the other colonies. His entourage chuckles at Eo's weapon as song. What is a song but notes onto the air? Unless a useless match in a storm against his power. He shames us. Do any of you wish to join her in song? I implore you. Bold Reds of. He looks to his assistants, who mouths the name, Lycos. Join her now if you wish. I can barely breathe past the stone. It chips my molars. Tears storm down my face. No voice rises from the crowd. I see my mother trembling with anger. Kieran clutches his wife. Naro stares at the ground, and Lauren weeps. They are all here, all quiet, all afraid. Alas, Your Excellency, we find the girl alone in her zealotry. What the fuck is that? This word right here. Come on, focus. Zealotry? I don't know. Pogonus declares, Io has only eyes for me. 'Tis clear her opinion is an outcast. Mayhaps we should proceed. Yes, the Archgovernor says idly. I have an appointment in Arcos. Hang the rusty bitch, lest she continues to howl.